Hello, Year 3. We're just carrying on from our lesson yesterday where we were using the word said and we were putting inverted commas around the spoken words of the characters in our stories, the Greek myths. Today we're going to try and just make those sentences a little bit more exciting. So our objective today is to choose a different word instead of saying said all the time in our sentences. So if we look at our first picture, here's a little boy. You can see he's saying shh, and he's saying, "We'll have to be very quiet," said Kyle. Here are the words that Kyle said. We'll have to be very quiet. How do you think you would say those words? Do you think you would whisper, "We'll have to be very quiet," said Kyle? Do you think he would shout them? Or do you think he would be arguing with someone? Just have a think. Oh, I think you're right. I think Kyle would whisper. So I think the sentence needs to say, "We'll have to be very quiet," whispered Kyle. Okay, can you see how we're improving our sentence by changing the word said? Just so our writing is more interesting for our reader. Let's try another one. Okay, here's Mum. She's looking at her watch. The sentence says, "Are you ready to go?" said Mum. Okay, again, looking at our inverted commas, our capital letter, we've got a question mark, then we've got our inverted commas to close the speech, and then said Mum. So our job again is to change that word said to a more interesting word. So how do you think we can describe how Mum is speaking? Do you think she's upset? Do you think she's crying? Do you think she's asking a question? Do you think asked would work really well in that sentence? Or do you think she would be groaning? Yeah, do you think she'd be fed up? Okay, have a little think. Okay, I don't think Mum's upset, so I don't think cried is the right word in that sentence. I think she's asking a question, so maybe asked would work really well in there as well. Are you ready to go? Asked Mum. Okay. Groaned might work as well. It depends. If she's going somewhere that she doesn't really want to go, maybe she would say that in a groaning way. Or if she's fed up of waiting, "Are you ready to go?" said Mum. Groaned Mum. Yeah, you can see how that would work as well. So asked or groan are good choices in those sentences, depending how you think Mum is feeling. Okay, oh dear. Look at this little boy. I think he's fallen over, do you? This sentence says, "I've hurt my leg," said the little boy. Okay, I don't think when I've seen you guys fall over in the playground, I don't think you just say, "I've hurt my leg" like that, do you? I think you say it in a different way. Let's have a look at the choices at the bottom of the screen. Cheered, gossiped, or cried. Which one do you think fits best with how the little boy's feeling? Okay, do we think he's happy and he's cheering and he's excited? He doesn't look very excited, does he? In fact, can you see the tears coming from his eyes here? I don't think he's gossiping. There's no one there to tell, is there? I think the right word is cried. I think that little boy is crying. I think that sentence needs to say, "I've hurt my leg," cried the little boy. Oh, here's a naughty guy. "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said, oh, the word's hiding underneath there, said the big bad wolf. So we need to change that said because the big bad wolf doesn't just say things, does he? How do you think the big bad wolf might have said those words? Do you think he snarled? Do you think he's saying it in a nasty way? Do you think he might have whispered, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down"? I don't know. I don't think he looks like a wolf that would whisper to me. Definitely not questioning because it's not a question, is it? He's telling the three little pigs what he's going to do. I think the best choice in this sentence is the word snarled. I think that really describes well how a wolf would talk. Okay. Ooh, this lucky man here, look at this. I've won the lottery, said the man. If I won a lot of money, I definitely wouldn't just be saying, I've won the lottery. Let's see. How might we say those words? Do you think he'd whisper it? Maybe, but it doesn't sound like he'd be very excited if he whispered those words, does it? Do you think he's cheering? Do you think he's really pleased and excited? I've won the lottery, cheered the man. Do you think that makes sense? Oh, this one as well. Do you think he might be so surprised that he's stuttering? Yeah, so I've won the lottery, said the man. Do you think that would work as well? I think cheered or stuttered would work really well in that sentence. Okay, and our last one. These men are running around playing rugby. Go Reds, said the crowd. I don't think crowds just say things, do they? I think when you go to a rugby match or a football match, I think the crowd are usually really excited. Which word do you think is the best one for excited? Do you think the crowd are sobbing, crying? Well, unless their team are losing, I don't really think that that's what they would be doing. I don't think crowds are usually very good at whispering either. I think football games and rugby games are usually really noisy. So I think the best choice of word there is chanted. Okay, Go Reds, chanted the crowd. Okay, you can see how then we can choose lots and lots of different words to improve our sentences. In your pack today, you've got a sheet called Said is Dead. I'd like you to please have a look at all the sentences on that sheet and try and pick better words than the word said to improve those sentences. Upload it onto Seesaw and Mrs. Fisher and I will give you some feedback. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.